I love the intro. Sorry.
Hello,
This is so
everybody.
cool.
Welcome back. We are live, and this is Learn English Football with teachers Denek and Paul and Nrup. Hi, guys. How are you today?
Hey,
Hello, Zenek.
fantastic.
Good. Well,
Yes.
first we need to explain why you are Paul today and not Ram.
Yeah, I put Ram the first time. I think Paul is a really boring name. Lots of people my age have a nickname if their name is Paul. But I put my name tonight. Sorry, yeah, it's my first name, Paul.
I don't think it's boring at all. There have been some really amazing players with this name, like Paul Gascoigne.
Yeah, I don't think many kids are called Paul anymore. But around my age, there's lots of Pauls, yes.
All right, fair enough. How are you, Nrup, today?
Oh, I'm great, actually. I actually had a nice nap, so I'm pretty much ready for the show. And also, I love the intro. That's really amazing.
I'm gonna play it again actually because I don't think the whole thing showed, because I clicked go live and then play the intro, and I think there was a 3-second delay. So I'm gonna play it again.
Let's
Yeah,
go.
just to show everyone.
Wow. Sky Sports need to learn this. That's for sure.
I like the football on the forehead as well.
Yeah.
It's like a Rene Magritte. You know, where Rene Magritte had the apple in front of his face.
We actually had Martin from Rock and Roll English here, from Rock and Roll English podcast, and he was making fun of me because of that. he said that I put it on the perfect place. This is where it should be. This is how they teach people to head the ball exactly on the forehead. You know. So,
yeah. It's very modern art.
yeah. So just to remind everyone what this is Learn English with Football. This is a live YouTube show where my guests and I talk about football, especially the Premier League. And as we discuss the latest match week, we talk about how our favorite teams did, and I clarify the vocabulary, pronunciation, and grammar that we use. So just to remind everyone, Paul, you are supporting which team?
I'm a Liverpool fan. Yeah, I'm born and bred in Liverpool. So I have a Scouse accent, but I have lived and worked in many different countries. So I have softened my accent. My accent is a little bit strange in places, I think, because I've taught people from around the world and I've picked up different intonations from them. So, yeah, but I'm a Liverpool fan.
All right, nice. It's always good to have a Scouser here. And we have a Nrup here as well. So Nrup, you support
Arsenal.
Arsenal. I support Arsenal as well. And I think we made a wise decision not to invite Paul last week.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the match Liverpool Arsenal has been forgotten already. So all is good.
Did you expect to win that match?
Not
No
me.
way,
Maybe
no
Nrup,
way.
but not me.
No. I wasn't
Even the
expecting.
optimism. You didn't expect to win it.
No, but I didn't expect us to have the second goal. I still remember that blunder by Nuno Tavares. Oh my God.
Yeah, he gave the ball away, didn't he?
Yeah.
Well, if Nrup didn't expect us to win, I certainly did not either. I expected us to lose by a large margin, so I wasn't really disappointed.
Yeah, lots of people predicted that. Lots of people predicted like a victory for Liverpool. I was a little bit more reserved. I thought Arsenal played well in the first half. They defended well. They didn't do much going forward, but they looked dangerous at times. Liverpool like to give teams chances. But yeah, so I was a little bit more cautious. I wasn't really expecting like such a handsome victory as it was. But it was in the end.
We are not here to talk about this match, but I
go
think no, it's fine. It was my fault. I said it. But there's a nice expression here, a handsome victory. I really like that. Meaning a nice victory, not just a 1-0 victory, but a victory by a large margin, like 4-0 in this case. Right. Hopefully, this is the last time we mention this match.
Yeah.
Well, Liverpool, almost every match is a handsome victory at the moment.
That is true, because you actually repeated this result in this match week, because you beat another team 4-0.
Yeah.
We can start with that game. Why not?
Okay.
Paul?
Yeah. I don't know if you watched the game. Did you watch the game, Nrup?
No. Southampton, no.
No,
I did. I watched it. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And it was early goals for Liverpool, wasn't it? So they scored early in the match.
Yep.
Robertson. I think the pressure from Tsimikas on Robertson has pushed him on a little bit. So he's really trying to have an impact on matches, and he had an impact early in the match. He set up the first goal.
Yeah. So you're mentioning Tsimikas, that's the Greek defender, right? And he played instead of Robinson because Robinson was injured at the start of the season, wasn't he?
Yes, he's played well. He's played really well. He's really good at crossing and picking people out from wide areas. But it's spurred Robertson on. So Robertson has really he's felt the pressure from Tsimikas, and in that, I think Tsimikas played recently. I cannot remember, but he played recently and we won again. Who was it? It must have been Porto. Yeah, Porto in the Champions League. Tsimikas played.
Yeah.
And played well. So Robertson coming back into the team knew he had to play well. And
you're lucky enough to play in all these different competitions. So compared to us, but you said that, I think you were referring to the fact that Tsimikas was playing well at the start of the season, and then you said it spurred Robinson on.
Yeah,
that's a really, really interesting phrasal verb, to spur someone on. As interesting for
Nrup's
two reasons. One reason is it's just a good phrasal verb to use, but also it has the word spur in it. Obviously, Spurs, as we know, are Tottenham, but in this case, if you spur someone on, you motivate them, you sort of push them to play better. Yeah.
You're saying Robertson wrong, Zenek. Sorry, Nrup. But it's a common mistake. Lots of people do it. I hear it a lot. People say Robinson, but his name is Robertson. Robertson.
Oh, okay. My bad. Right. How is it spelled, by the way? Is it also misspelled?
Robertson. Yeah.
I'm sorry, Robertson.
I hear it all the time, to be honest. Lots of people say Robinson.
All right. Well, Nrup. So, what do you think? Did you expect this win? I mean, you didn't see the match. That's fine. But did you expect Liverpool to?
I mean,
win
honestly,
this one?
Liverpool versus Southampton. I haven't been hearing about Liverpool thrashing Southampton, usually because I think last season Danny Ings had some sort of effect on Liverpool last season. There was a close game, and again 4-0. I mean, I'm jealous of you guys, but it is what it is. I expected you guys to, I don't know, maybe concede some goals, but it is what it is. I wish it snowed, unlike yesterday. Maybe the goals would have been less. But congrats to you guys. Kudos.
You see, before this match with Liverpool, I'm looking at the latest Southampton matches. Before this match, they lost to Norwich. So maybe there is a little bit of a crisis in the Saints team. I don't know.
The Ralph Hasenhüttl, is that his name? Hasenhüttl. He picked the wrong team in the first half. They played 3-4-3 and tried to, and it didn't work. It didn't work in the first half, and he admitted it. So in the second half, they changed it, but the match was lost by then.
Yeah.
But it doesn't snow in Liverpool, really, not as much as other parts of England, because Liverpool is on the west side, and it doesn't rain as much. It seems to pass over Liverpool. It rains a lot in Manchester. It snows in Manchester and more the middle of the country. We saw it at Leicester. We saw it in other places. Burnley.
Yeah.
Burnley's stadium is called Turf Moor, but some people call it Snow Moor because it snow a lot there. And the match was called off versus Spurs.
Yep. We're gonna talk about this for sure. Yeah.
I have a question for you, Paul. Do you think it was a red card again on Sadio Mane?
Oh yeah, it was a naughty tackle on him, wasn't it? I think it could have been a red card. I think in the Champions League maybe, but in the Premier League, I think it's an orange.
Orange, yeah. Yeah, it's close.
Yeah, a naughty tackle. Yeah, so obviously a child. We often talk about children being naughty, but you can also describe a tackle as naughty. So it means it's quite well. There are other words we could use like nasty, right?
Yeah.
I think this one is a bit of an understatement. Naughty. It sounds quite playful. It doesn't sound too strong. I think because English people don't want to say things as they are. Sometimes they do a little bit. They use words like naughty tackle. I like it.
It's a polite way to say it was like a bad tackle. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. Well, Diego Jota scored 2 goals, and he almost got his hat trick as well. Both of these goals were, I would say, tap-ins, really.
Yeah, they were.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were both tap-ins. Going back to Mane, sorry. It's been a feature of Liverpool's matches recently how people have targeted him.
Yes.
Trying to wind him up. And against Atletico Madrid, Klopp brought him off at half-time because he already had a yellow and he knew the way it was he knew the way that the Atletico Madrid players were trying to get him sent off. But in every match recently, they tried to get him sent off, and his mentality is so strange. He does some peculiar things sometimes. Sometimes he doesn't care at all, and then he switches and just
I agree with you.
He just smashes a defender sometimes, and then I like his character. I really like his character, to be honest. But yeah, opposing teams, the opponents are targeting him recently.
Yeah, as you said, you're trying to wind him up. So to wind someone up, it basically means to provoke. They're trying to provoke him. They are trying to provoke a reaction.
You wind up a clock, don't you? So like it's kind of winding up.
So up to a point where he loses it, and then he might we might make a reaction, and this could be punished by the referee.
Yeah,
that's the idea. Often this is part of the tactics.
Yeah.
Do you think we have a player in Arsenal, Nrup, that the opposition players could wind up at times?
Currently, no, because he's injured, but I would say Xhaka.
Granit, good old Granit, yeah?
Good old Granit.
I can't believe he plays football, Xhaka, to be honest. Such a hatchet, man. Every match, he should get sent off, I think.
I'm going to use Simon's words from the last show. Xhaka is a player that doesn't exactly inspire, he said confidence. But yeah, I would use that expression. So it doesn't exactly inspire confidence. So, I don't know. I don't like Xhaka much. I'm not his big fan, no.
But apart from Xhaka, you don't have any. I think Lacazette has become a real wind-up merchant. Sorry. So to go back to that, a wind-up merchant. He likes to provoke other defenders. He likes to scream if he gets tackled. He throws himself on the floor, and I think he has become. He's quite a strong player as well, but he likes to wind up defenders by diving a little bit and just play acting and becoming a bit.
I'm not sure about this. I think there were players in the past, like what was this Chelsea player? He was a Chelsea player, Diego Costa. Costa.
Yeah.
I think he was an expert.
He was amazing that he never got sent off. He hardly ever got sent off in his career. He knew how to wind other people up, but he always somehow didn't get sent off.
He knew how far he could go.
Yeah.
That's why he was such a valued player at Chelsea, I think.
Yeah.
Like if you ask any Chelsea fans, if he had Marvin here today, I think he couldn't make it in the end. He was going to come on.
Yeah.
I think he would defend him like to the last moment.
Diego Costa is still doing it now. He plays for Atlético Mineiro in Brazil, and they are going to win the league, the Brasileiro in Brazil, the first time in 50 years. Mainly because of him. They have a few good players, but Diego Costa is their centre forward.
Yep.
Also in the Brasileiro, playing for Flamengo, is the Arsenal player who you could wind up, David Luiz. Yeah.
I like David Luiz. Yeah, we have already mentioned him a few times here as well. Yeah, but as Salah holder, as someone who owns Salah in his fantasy team, I'm not very happy with his contribution lately. He got 1 assist only, and he's my captain, so his points are doubled. And Salah hasn't scored like in his last how many Premier League matches?
Yeah,
come on.
I think he will score on Wednesday. I had Jota captain last weekend, but it was a risk. Most people have Salah captain.
Yeah.
I think he was the most captained last week.
He's the best player in the world, so I'm not surprised.
Yeah.
I think he will score. Hopefully, it's the Merseyside derby on Wednesday. Hopefully, he will score on Wednesday.
And that's another thing I want to talk to you about. So obviously, Liverpool-Everton derby. When is it? On Wednesday?
Wednesday, yes.
Because we have got a midweek round now, so that's crazy schedule now for the Premier League.
Yeah, no more international breaks, I think, for like 12 weeks.
And this is going to be quite a few times this in December as well. So that will be fun. I wonder if I should do another show. I might do another one. We will see. We will see what happens. I might do one on Thursday or Friday. We will see. So
that's on Thursday. There's 2 on Tuesday, and then there's most on Wednesday and some on Thursday.
And there's one maybe on Thursday as well, or 2 or something. Yeah.
Arsenal's is on Thursday.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, that's right.
Manchester United, isn't it, for Arsenal?
Yeah.
So if I'm looking at Everton's current form, and it's horrible. It's awful. Out of their last 5 matches, they only got 1 point against Tottenham. And they lost everything else. They lost against Brentford last week. So Rafa Benitez is doing a good job for Liverpool, isn't he? Paul?
Agent Rafa, they say. Yes. He started off okay, Rafa Benitez, and then Dominic Calvert-Lewin has been a big miss, I think, for Everton. Richarlison was injured for a while. I think he's come back now, Richarlison, but they're still missing something going forward. But also Benitez is with Newcastle. He became quite a negative, he's always been a pragmatic manager, even when he was Liverpool manager. But like similar maybe to Mourinho in some way, in that football and the troubles that Mourinho is having with Roma. I think football has moved on a little bit, and these more pragmatic managers are now finding it difficult, really, against more young, youthful, and more energetic styles of football, more attacking, more football which is on the front foot. So maybe that could be a reason for Everton's.
So you think he's past? What's the expression? Past the hill. Yeah.
Past his best, over the hill. Yeah.
Over the hill. Sorry. Do you think he is over the hill?
Possibly. Yeah. Possibly. He started off well. I'm sure he's still got good quality. I just think football has changed. And Jose Mourinho admitted recently that, football has changed. Football has developed, and he hadn't. So now I think managers like Mourinho and Benitez need to change. Yes.
Yeah. Would you say, Nrup, there are more managers that could be described as being over the hill? Would you?
No, I wouldn't say so.
Maybe not even in the Premier League, but anywhere in the world. Would you?
No, I wouldn't say so. I think there are most of the managers, they just progress over the time. And apart from Premier League rest, in other leagues, you usually have younger managers. So, I think they just evolve. But of course, you have some icons and some old managers who just stay there. They want to keep with their...
You see, I don't think it's always about the age, because there are some managers like David Moyes, who is arguably older, but he seems to be getting better and better, yeah? Like old wine. But when you look at someone like Mourinho, come on, he is over the hill.
I think Moyes is more of a late bloomer than getting better. I mean, back in those times, I don't think he was that great as a manager in terms of success. Yes, he has a long run, but then still, in terms of success, what he has done at West Ham, he hasn't done anywhere else.
Yeah, but this is quite an achievement, I would say.
Definitely.
It's amazing how he has transformed West Ham.
Yeah, I would put Ranieri over him, but okay, since he's an English manager, maybe there's some hype.
He's Scottish.
English-speaking manager.
Yeah, Moyes is a similar manager in some ways to Mourinho and Benitez. Pragmatic defense. The defense for West Ham doesn't move. They have 4 defenders. The fullbacks don't get forward. 2 midfielders who don't move, and hope they rely on like set pieces and the strength of Antonio to get them up the pitch. I think he's doing well because it's West Ham, I suppose. But if that football, like when he went to Manchester United, it suits West Ham possibly, and the players that they have, and the powerful players that they have. But going back to Zenek, it doesn't matter about age. I think it's just a philosophy of football, which Manchester United have just... I think the news today, I haven't checked the news, but Ralph Rangnick is now the coach. It's been confirmed. Is that correct? He is in his 60s, I think. He is 63, 67 possibly. I'm not sure. But his style of football is on the front foot. It's a much more aggressive and modern style of football. So,
you said Moyes is a pragmatic manager. So pragmatic, it's an interesting word. I believe it comes from Latin, it must. And that means he pretty much is like, he deals with his tactics, or he does his tactics in a sensible and, let's say, realistic way, basically.
Just to get the job done. It not in an entertaining way, just to in a functional, let's get the job done type of way.
Exactly. So next, I wanted to make a joke, but it's not going to work now because you named yourself Paul. I wanted to ask you if Rafa was sacked, because honestly, he's not getting any points. If Rafa was sacked, would that have any ramifications for this Merseyside derby?
Well, if he loses badly, I think Yeah, he could be getting sacked, to be honest, if he loses badly.
Yeah.
I think Everton fans, I was thinking about this today, Everton fans would prefer to lose the next 6 matches, I think, as long as they won, as long as they beat Liverpool on Wednesday. It's such a big game for Everton fans. They have had to live in the shadows of Liverpool for a long, even more so recently. And there's a real bitterness from Everton fans towards Liverpool. And where it once was the friendly derby, it was once known as the friendly derby 20 years ago when the two teams were both the most dominant teams in English football. Now, it's not really. It's not really a friendly derby. And Everton will be desperate to win on Wednesday. So it will be a tough match for Liverpool.
Nrup, what do you think will happen in that match? What's your prediction?
5-0, easy.
But Liverpool are playing away, right?
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't matter. It's 30. What's the distance between the stadiums?
About 780 meters.
What's away in that? It's like training ground, Yeah.
Anfield once was Everton's ground.
What's the distance between the stadiums? Meaning, how far are the stadiums from each other?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So
it's one of the closest, but it's not the closest in England that are closer. Yeah.
Okay. Well, do you think Everton fans? Do you think it's a win-win for them? Because if they can either win and do well, or Rafa might get sacked. Do you think they are happy with their current manager, Nrup? Let's ask Nrup first.
I think after what they lost, Ancelotti, I don't think so. I think under Ancelotti they were doing quite well. But yeah, I don't think under Benitez they would even get into top 10.
They didn't even want him, did they? It was a disaster when he was appointed already, because he's a Liverpool legend. He won the Champions League with them. I remember that match. It was like back in 2005 or 6. When was it, Paul?
3?
2005, yeah.
No, 2005, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Arsenal were in the final in 2006, no? Were Arsenal in the final in 2006?
I can't remember. It was so long ago that I can barely remember that.
I know, I don't know. Maybe that was much later. Yeah, he's a Liverpool legend. Everton fans, they respected him as being a good manager. I think Newcastle fans didn't want him to leave the club. They liked him as a manager. And he started well. But when you start losing games and then his links to Liverpool, in this match, I'm sure that if Liverpool score a goal or are winning, the Liverpool fans will be singing Rafa Benitez's name. They'll be asking him to give them a wave and Rafael. They'll be singing, they'll be cheering him.
How do you think, Paul? How do you think it's going to make him feel?
He's not going to wave. He can't wave, but there's nothing he can do. He knows that Liverpool fans love him, but he's with Everton now. But it's more how it makes the Everton fans feel. It will. If Liverpool are winning, we are cheering for their manager. It's similar to when Liverpool fans were cheering for Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, singing about Ole Gunnar Solskjaer recently. Yeah, it will be. It'll be hard for the Everton fans.
Yeah. Okay, fair enough. So, Nrup, let's talk about Arsenal then. We managed to beat Newcastle, the team that are currently at the bottom of the league with 6 points. The only team that hasn't won a single match this season.
Really?
Yeah. 6 draws, 7 defeats.
They haven't won a match. Wow.
6 points. 6 points from 6 draws.
Wow.
They are worse than Norwich, of course, now, and
they are the richest club in the world.
They are the richest club in the world, Nrup. So, did you expect anything else
I
than
expected more
than,
goals.
than 3 points, Nrup?
Yeah, I expected more goals at least to cover up the goal difference that we have, because
You
now we
mean?
are.
Wait, I'm gonna check this. You mean? Oh, we are on -2 now. Okay,
The
it's
thing
not so
is,
bad. I thought it was worse.
we are on level with West Ham, which I low-key expected, because West Ham had a game against uh, Manchester City. So I was expecting, like, okay, we'll be on level with West Ham, but unfortunately West Ham are, I think, 10 goals ahead of us.
Yeah,
So
West Ham have +8. We have
yeah,
-2.
yeah. So I think it was Aubameyang was terrible this
How
whole
did he
game.
miss that sitter, Nope?
I don't know. I don't
He's
want to
missed,
talk about that.
he's missed some real sitters recently.
Yeah,
There was a match against, was it Norwich? He missed a sitter, then he missed a
yeah.
penalty. Yeah.
Like he's definitely, he's a captain. He is an icon. He's a top striker of 21st century. But the thing is, he's losing his attributes. Like when you talk about Aubameyang, people talk about his pace. People talk about his counter-attack shooting skills. But
No.
he doesn't
He's
have
not.
any of that anymore.
He's not himself at the moment. Kind of
Exactly.
reminds me of because I watch West Ham, as you guys know as well. Kind of reminds me of where Antonio is. Hasn't scored from his last 9 matches. Antonio, the only striker that West Ham have at the moment. The only pure striker they have, and he hasn't scored for like 9 matches.
Wow.
But in West Ham, there are other players that manage to score goals. I guess it's similar. I guess it's similar at Arsenal. We have other players that score, but we need our captain. He's our captain, and when he's not happy, the team can't be happy.
Exactly.
By the way, a sitter. If you miss a sitter, it's a clear-cut chance, a chance that is impossible to miss. Yet Aubameyang managed to miss. I think he was like 2 meters away from the goal. Goalkeeper was nowhere near it, and he hit the post
Yeah.
somehow.
Yeah, it was a terrible miss. I think it comes from hunting, that phrase, isn't it? Sitting duck.
Okay.
Just if you're interested. But I think it's confidence, and if Arsenal if Aubameyang can get back to, I think he was leading goal scorer or joint leading goal scorer 2 or 3 seasons ago, and I think you expect over 20 goals from him, but it doesn't look like that at the moment.
No.
But if you can get him scoring 20 goals a season, and the defense is looking much stronger, the 2 fullbacks are playing well, Tomiyasu and Tavares. Partey, if he stays injury-free, and the 2 young players, Smith Rowe and Saka, I think Arsenal have a good chance for top 4. But they need goals from the striker.
Exactly.
Yep.
We have been winning 1-0, 2-0. We have been having good clean sheets, but then we need those goal scoring, so to cover up the goal differences. And I think we might look for a striker in January.
Speaking of which, do you know what I heard? I heard a rumor that Lacazette. Well, we already kind of announced that we wouldn't be extending his contract. Yeah. So I heard a rumor West Ham are interested in him now, which is like what?
It would be a good signing for West Ham, I think.
Yep.
I think.
But I think he might go to Atletico or somewhere else. Not sure about West Ham. But yeah, I wonder who will Arsenal target now, because I don't think Vlahovic might come to Arsenal, and considering other strikers.
Origi is in good form.
I mean,
Are you trying to sell him to us?
I just think Klopp has mentioned it recently, how he's surprised nobody came in for him. Nobody bidded for Origi in the summer, and he's playing well. I think he's turned the corner a little bit. I think he's playing much better, and he would be a good signing for somebody, I think, coming into the right age. But with the African Cup of Nations, I don't know if Liverpool will sell in January, actually.
It's funny. Like we have about three to four Liverpool fans coming onto this show, and they all mention the Afghan, and they are all you all are terrified of it. What will
Why?
happen? Because they have too many African players. That's why. So they think they will get injured, and then you lose them. Actually, they won't be playing.
Won't be playing for 8 matches.
It's not just that. Yeah, they won't be playing for 8 matches. Is that Salah as well?
Salah, Mane,
You see,
Keita.
Salah, someone who could win the top scorer in the Premier League with his form for 8 matches. He will win it anyway, in my opinion. But 8 matches is a lot of matches.
Not all Premier League matches. So there's a couple of there's a FA Cup match in there, and we are still in the League Cup. I think one of them is the League Cup, but possibly the match against Chelsea. It hasn't been decided yet. That match is on January the 2nd, so he may miss that match. It depends on the COVID quarantine rules, but he may miss that match, and that would be a big blow.
I mean, even for Arsenal, we'll miss Aubameyang, Pepe, Partey.
Oh, really?
Yeah, El Neni. So even we'll be missing lots of African players.
Chelsea would miss Mendy. Would Manchester City miss anyone? I don't think they will.
No.
No, there's nobody from Africa, is there?
No. Well, when you mentioned Origi, so he was kind of a squad player, and you said that you nobody came in for him because I guess you expected some offers for Origi, but nobody came in for him, meaning nobody offered him a contract. Nobody wanted to sign him. Okay. And then you said he turned another good phrase. He turned the corners, was it?
A corner, yeah. I think he has turned the corner.
Just the corner, yeah.
Personality and just his. He's improved a lot. Yes.
Meaning, he's better now, or his situation in the team improved, because if you are a squad player, you're kind of on the fringes. I want to show it. My hand is not showing on the camera. You're on the fringe. I want to do some body language, but this view, this 3 people and 3 people are here. I could put it like this, I guess, but then you could see it. So on the fringes, yeah. So he's kind of on the fringes, a squad player, but now he turned the corner, meaning he's playing better, and occasionally he doesn't really start, does he? He doesn't start.
No, he doesn't start much. It's just age, I think, for footballers now. He's at 25, I would say. I'm not 100% sure, but I just think it's a good age for footballers, and he's confident. He's physically strong. For that position, you need to be physically strong. He's quick. He would be a good signing for somebody.
Yeah, for sure. So I think it's a way of you to say that we might need him in Arsenal, or he might be useful for Arsenal. Nrup, would you take Origi?
No, probably not. I mean,
the big
probably as I would say. No, okay, I'll rephrase it. Okay, look, I think Lacazette will leave. If we decide to also let Aubameyang go, then I would sign Origi and Isak from Real Sociedad. We need these 2 players.
There's talk of Isak, isn't there, for Arsenal?
Would you take Raheem Sterling as well?
Sterling? I mean,
yeah, I heard he might.
I have been hearing that Pepe has been. Newcastle are interested in Pepe, so if Pepe goes, maybe Sterling. Premier League proven, he's good.
Sterling is a good player. I think that would be a good signing. Isak would be a great signing.
So yes, Isak, Origi, and Sterling in, and Lacazette, Aubameyang, Pepe out.
Aubameyang's not going to leave now. I think
that's for sure.
Contract, and he's on a big contract.
Yeah,
for a couple more years. He's not leaving.
Yeah.
All right.
Sorry, go on.
No, that's go on. Finish your point. Sorry.
You just need him to start playing well, and I think he will. I think he will start scoring. Yeah, he's that type of player, Aubameyang. He's streaky, so when he starts scoring, he will go on a run.
I
Yeah.
hope so. Yeah, but the game. Let's talk about the Arsenal game. I got lost. Yeah, the first half. Actually, the first 30 minutes were quite good, but then towards the end, Newcastle were a bit better because of Aden's and Saint Maxim. What is
Saint
it,
Maximum,
Maxim?
yeah.
Yeah, he's quite good. He's quite good. I really like him.
Yeah.
And yeah, good for him. But in the end, the second half, we got the rhythm, we got the game. Two beautiful goals, especially the one where Martinelli scored. Wow,
Well, that was a fantastic cross as well
I
from
think Martinelli is the successor for Aubameyang.
Tomiyasu's delivery, and Martinelli hit it first time, didn't he? It was a
Yeah.
brilliant goal.
I didn't expect either. I didn't expect Tomiyasu to actually assist or give a good cross, and I didn't expect Martinelli to score such amazing. Wow.
Actually, the first goal was nice as well, the Saka goal,
Yeah,
wasn't it?
yeah,
That was
it
nice
was a
too.
nice team goal.
Tavares.
Tavares, wow,
Yeah.
he's so good.
I actually think that they had like a lot of passes before this goals was scored. I'm
16,
looking
16
looking
passes.
for my notes here. 16 passes before we
16
scored the
passes.
goal, which
Yeah.
suggests that it was a brilliant team goal.
Brilliant, yeah.
Yeah.
But like I said, I always want more goals in such games. We really need to catch up. Otherwise, there's going to be an upset because of something called goal difference. To me, it's like winning the game by away goals. Losing the fourth place by goal difference.
Come
So,
on.
yeah,
But the points
yeah,
are the most important thing. So 3 points
definitely. 3
in the
points in,
bag.
we move. Yeah.
Yep.
How was Ramsdale? Are you happy with Ramsdale? I hear lots of Arsenal fans are happy with him.
He is our best
than
player
happy.
of the season so far. He's the reason we are up there as well. I think
Yeah.
he may be if Leno was in the goal, we might have like 6 points less or something, 7,
Yeah.
8 points less, which is massive, right? So
Hmm.
And
Yeah,
also he has given the most important saves after Mendy in Premier League. I think he on average every game he saves 2 goals per game, something compared to Mendy. Mendy saves like 3 possible goals, which is quite a big number. Whereas Emilio Martinez, he's actually one of the lowest. He saves I think -3 goals per game. So it just shows that we have been great.
don't you think it's just a blip though? Because Martinez was amazing last season. How many
He was.
clean sheets did he get? Come on. He was
No,
so good for
definitely.
Aston Villa. He just doesn't have Grealish now in the team, so that's why.
Yeah, but last season is last season. Now, if you talk about this season, then yeah, he hasn't been good, probably because of manager. I don't know, but now they have Gerrard, so let's see
Mm.
how they do well.
I still miss Martinez. I still can't get over it.
Yeah, same.
It was just
2 trophies. Wow,
such a poor choice to let him go.
I agree.
I think Leno is a good goalkeeper as well.
I think Leno is he's quite good actually. He's definitely world class. He does the saves and everything. It's just Arsenal had poor defense, and that's why he had to concede lots of goals. And he was challenged a lot. Definitely Leno was challenged a lot. But the thing is, you need the longevity. Leno, I don't know if he can last that long with those challenges.
Also, his distribution wasn't that good, and it's just
I agree.
now that Ramsdale is in the team, it's a different kind of energy. He spurs the players on. He has a character to him, and
Yeah,
it's
he
just
talks a lot.
it shows on the pitch every time they make a clearance or there's a good defensive move or a block, a shot is blocked. They all sort of sort of encourage each other. They
Yeah,
fist
I think-
bump or something, and it's you can see how he lifted the spirits in the team.
Yeah,
I think current performance of Ramsdale is because of his previous teams, because he was always into almost relegated teams, and he used to get challenged a lot, and he faced so many failures, and because of that, I think he just became a stronger player, and he had amazing reflexes. I think that's what made him a good goalkeeper, and we have made a good signing because of that.
Yeah, it was a surprising transfer. A lot of people were surprised at the price tag. But he has done well. I still think he is overrated. Sorry. Sorry. I do. I think him, and you don't have the West Ham fan here, do you? But I think he and Declan Rice are overrated. Oh, Zenek, you're a West Ham fan. And this is controversial. I think Declan Rice and what's his name? Ramsdale are overrated.
No way.
I think they're rated fine.
Neither of these players. I beg to differ. Both these players are world class. We talked about this before here.
Rice isn't well.
Declan Rice would walk into any Premier League team.
He wouldn't, Philip. He's not better than Fabinho. He's a good player. Don't get me wrong. I think I just think he's overrated. I think he's strong. He's good on the ball. He can win the ball back, but he's limited as well. His passing range is limited. I feel he is overrated. Aaron Ramsdale, he's good young English goalkeeper, but he's not world class. He's not on the level of Alisson, Edison.
No, definitely not.
Stegen. He's not world class.
He might be. He's still young. You said it yourself. He's still very young. He will start playing for England. Declan Rice will become the England captain. It's just on the cards. It's going to happen. So let's talk in a few years' time. You know.
I hope so. I really hope so. I really hope Declan Rice can develop into a world class midfielder. I hope Ramsdale can develop into a world class goalkeeper and play for England, captain England, Rice captain England. But I just think people are pinning too much hope on them when they have limitations still. Declan Rice cannot... Oh, he's good at winning the ball back. He's strong and fast. He's athletic. But he cannot control the tempo. He doesn't have a good passing range. He's not world class compared to other midfielders around the world for other countries.
I agree.
And I think that showed in the Euros, playing Declan Rice and Calvin Phillips together, maybe because I'm a Liverpool fan and I wanted Henderson to play. I just think they were limited in what they could do. And I think in the final it showed. And all the way through the tournament, the football from England wasn't brilliant. And we were just too powerful for teams. And anyway, go on. Yeah, I just thought I'd put that comment in there. I think they're overrated because they are English. And they are good. They are good players, like I mentioned, but they're not world class. They need to keep developing. Yes.
All right. Well, I agree that they might need some more time to prove themselves.
Yeah.
But I think they're two really, really good players. In my opinion, they are not overrated. So let's agree to disagree on this one.
Yeah, sure.
I'm alone here. I'm alone against.
I'm alone. I think everyone.
You're alone, a Liverpool fan, but not in this. Nrup is with you on this one, I think.
No, everybody is saying the same things about Ramsdale and Rice, but I don't see it as much as other people. I see good players, but a lot of Ramsdale's saves have been straight at him.
Yeah, I think I'm maybe I watch too many Arsenal and West Ham channels at this point, and the fans are impressed by both these players, and we have like West Ham fans are praying that Rice doesn't go, and they all say he will go at some point. They all know that it will happen because he's that good. And Ramsdale, like, we didn't expect him. I think maybe the reason, like, as you mentioned, he might be a bit overrated is because of the difference between the expectations and what's actually happening on the pitch now, how good he is. Mm-hmm. Maybe that's it, we are just on a hype right now.
True. Yeah. I think my friends don't have the same opinion as me. To be honest, they think Rice is a good player. I've said this to my friends, but as a former midfielder, not a Premier League midfielder, I want a midfielder to have more than being able to run around and get the ball back.
As a former midfielder, Paul, I beg to differ. And you have great friends, by the way. You have amazing friends with fantastic opinions as well.
Sure, I know, and most people would disagree, but I just think his range of passing, he cannot play through balls. He pings it out wide. He can run. He would be good with someone who could do that. So if he could just sit, he's a former centre back. Sit in front of the centre backs, run around, get the ball back, and then give it to someone who can play. Yeah, okay. Yeah, as a holding midfielder, he is good. But asking him to do both, no.
Okay, fair enough. Fair enough. So let's move on to Chelsea. Well, first of all, I prepared all these banners here because now that I have upgraded StreamYard, ladies and gentlemen, I can stream to different platforms. So today we are live on Facebook as well. Some of you guys may be watching us from there. And also, I've got these banners here now, so I can actually put banners up on screen like this one. What were your highlights of this match week? So obviously, we have talked about our games, meaning games of our favorite teams. But apart from those, what were your highlights this match week, guys?
For me, it would be Chelsea versus Man United, and I would go for, which one was it from my was it? Leicester versus West Ham. Oh, Watford. Leicester versus There was some game.
Jamie Vardy still scoring, and the snow. The snow was a big highlight.
Snow, exactly.
Just the difference between the first and the second half in the Manchester City and in the Leicester matches. It looked like two different matches.
Yeah, that was quite fun actually. And also there was as you mentioned before, a match that was called off as well. So Burnley Tottenham didn't happen, and that was a disaster for me because I've got Harry Kane in my fantasy starting 11. He's the second most expensive player. Not only hasn't he been delivering, he blanked the week before, but now this happens. What a disaster for me. Why would I even buy him? Like, that was such a mistake. I'm an Arsenal fan. For God's sake, I should know better.
Yeah, it feels worse then, doesn't it? If you buy some, like I've had Fernandez for a long time. Captained him a few times. Yeah. I captained Aubameyang when he missed the penalty. My captain picks have been the worst. Except last weekend I had Jota. And I sold Fernandez this week for Son. Oh. And then Son didn't play. Yes, so...
On top of that, Cancelo, who has been amazing, Joao Cancelo, the City defender, didn't get a clean sheet because somehow West Ham managed to pull one back in the 94th minute when the match was already decided. And that was heartbreaking for me as well.
Frustrating for fantasy football managers, that, yes. The highlights of the match week, are we talking only Premier League or can I talk somewhere else? Another league?
No, I guess you will get away with it. Yeah, go on.
But it was the Copa Libertadores final, the South American Champions League final on Saturday night. And there was a moment in that match, I don't know if you have seen it on social media, but it was in the final minutes of the match. Palmeiras were winning in extra time. They were winning 2-1. And their striker gave a foul away, and then he was running back to get in position, and the referee pushed his back.
I saw it
to say hurry up, and then he dived on the floor as if he had been shot, and the referee was looking at him. What are you doing? I was just like hitting you on the back to hurry you up.
I couldn't believe it. Nrup, he dived. So he dived because the referee had touched him, basically. The referee, he didn't see him. He was coming from behind, and he just touched him slightly. It was a slight touch because he was in his way. And then he dived like, oh, I'm dying. And when he realized it was the referee who had touched him, he sprang up immediately.
Yeah, it was funny. So
It
that
was.
was one of the highlights for me.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Okay. You know what? I want to talk about the snow. So, Nrup, um, have you been following this? So it happened, I think, on Sunday, right? So a heavy snowfall on Sunday. I don't know if we could call it a snowstorm, but it definitely, um, surprised everyone. And one game had to be called off, and then there were games that were played in really, really strange conditions. They didn't have an orange ball even, so the
I
fans
agree.
couldn't see. The fans couldn't see what was happening. I was watching the City West Ham game, and you
Yeah.
couldn't see the ball. You couldn't see where the ball was. You
Did
couldn't
they
see
have
the
yellow?
line.
Was it a yellow ball?
Yeah, it was a
I
yellow
don't
ball.
know, but it was just the wrong color.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So maybe the players could see it, but yeah.
I don't know about the players because I was watching the post game press conference and then none of the managers complained about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But maybe it's because it's not their way, it's not their thing to complain.
Well, the thing is, that was an interesting match because, West Ham had beaten City on penalties in the League Cup, previously, and I think even the match before they did really well. I can't remember whether it was a draw or they lost just by 1 goal or something. So actually, this was meant to be quite a difficult game for City, but they were actually better on the snow. I think it's because most of their players are very technically gifted, talented, whereas you've got some players in West Ham that are more of like tall players, like Soucek, Rice, and others, and Antonio, and they were really struggling. And actually, because they cleared the snow in the halftime as well, the stewards, they cleared the snow, and then so the best spells in the game for West Ham were when there was not so much snow on the pitch, basically. So whenever there was a lot of pitch, the City were the better team. So that was really interesting to see how this really affected the game.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think more technical players like playing in the snow. No, yeah,
It's funny because it's like more often it's like South American players or players from, I don't know, from Spain or Africa, places where they don't have snow so much, and then it's kind of ironic, isn't it?
Yeah, I just think, as you said, you just needed to be more technical with it and more like stay close to you because it was stopping in the snow. So it became a bit more like futsal in some way. The ball became a bit heavier. It didn't move as much. So whereas West Ham are a strong, powerful running team, Antonio, they like the ball in front of them and running. Rice. So he's not a technical player.
Oh, come on.
he doesn't like
there was a funny moment that towards the first end of the first half, the snow was so heavy that the ball started leaving a trail in the snow. That was incredible. So whenever they were passing it short, it just always left a trail. So you had to hit it harder in order to get it to another player. It was so epic, actually.
But good players deal with that, I think. You mentioned South American and African players. They play on terrible football pitches in their youth. So they deal with it. They are more used to it, I think, than British players in some way.
And I think you're right. And Gundogan scored the first goal. Where's Gundogan from?
Turkey, Germany.
Yeah, I wanted to say Turkey, but I wasn't sure. Yeah, so Gundogan is Turkish, right? So I think it's
he plays for the German national team.
They're also very good. Sorry,
he plays for the German national team, but he's originally Turkish.
Okay, all right. So it's like it's like Ozil, a little bit.
Yeah,
Ozil.
he's like Ozil.
Okay, right, got it. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he's a technical player. He's a good player.
And then
put him in my fancy football team.
Yeah. Oh, he's on fire right now. Yeah.
Yeah, I need somebody from Manchester City, and I think either him or Bernardo Silva. Everybody has Cancelo, and I don't want to put Cancelo in because I want teams to score against Manchester City.
Okay. Yeah. Got it. Yeah, and then actually, West Ham managed to score a brilliant goal at the very end. That was a screamer from Lanzini, who is from Argentina. So again, this proves my point that technical players do
Played
well
that
on,
in the snow.
snow. Yeah,
That's your tagline for this, for this video.
it's very clickbaity. Yeah, I have to do it now.
Yeah. British players can't play in the snow. Declan Rice cannot play in the snow.
Yeah, I'll get most of the likes though. Most of dislikes. I mean, most of dislikes.
Maybe. Yeah. Any other matches that were good this weekend? We've gone through them all, I think.
Yeah, I would just let's talk about the Chelsea Manchester match a little bit. Yeah, I think Nrup mentioned it. So Nrup, you have you seen that match?
I haven't seen, but I saw the highlights and the post-game talks and stuff.
So what do you think?
I think Chelsea were the better team, and Manchester, they just got the best out of the opportunities. There was a blunder by Jorginho, and then Sancho took the opportunity. Otherwise, in every aspect, Chelsea were the better team, and it was done and dusted. I think Chelsea should have scored more, but I mean, it is what it is.
Yeah, Werner missed a couple of chances. Rudiger missed a chance at the end. Yeah, I think Chelsea, in these tight matches, Lukaku hasn't proven himself yet. I think he may score in these matches, but relying on Werner to score in these tight matches, he needs 2 or 3 chances, and even then, he still doesn't score. So I think that maybe, hopefully, is a factor in Chelsea's downfall.
Yeah. No, definitely other teams will be happy that this result came about. Nrup, you said there was a blunder by Jorginho. So a blunder is a mistake. It's a terrible mistake. Often we use it to describe a goalkeeper's mistake. When, for example, an easy ball comes and the goalkeeper somehow fails to catch it or something like that.
Yeah.
A blunder is like another way to say a big mistake.
I think it was arrogance from Jorginho, or overconfidence, because the ball was kicked really high, and he was trying to control it in a really quite technical way, not like it just like controlling it in a normal way. He was trying to stop it dead, like a Ronaldinho touch. When you have 2 of the fastest players running at you in the world, Sancho and Rashford, both running at him. And even if he did take it down, what was he going to do with it then? He was going to pass it back to the keeper. Yeah, it was overconfidence, and I think...
And well-executed counterattack, let's say. But I think the biggest controversy is the lack of inclusion of Cristiano Ronaldo into the team, and there was an amazing heated debate in Sky Sports. I didn't watch it on Sky Sports, but I saw it on YouTube between Jamie Carragher and Roy Keane, and it was one of those where you have a presenter in the studio, and the presenter always asks the questions and take turns to ask all the different pundits. But this was one of those. They didn't even show the presenter for like 10 minutes because all that was happening was that these 2 guys arguing about Ronaldo, whether he should always play in the starting 11. That's what Roy Keane was standing for, and Carragher said that football is a team game. That was his main point, right? So
Roy Keane wasn't saying that he should play every game. but he's in the big games. He said he's come to play in the big games and he should have started. He won't be happy. Whereas Carragher was saying Carrick picked the team to win the match. But then, like a lot of these arguments, I agree with them both. Really, they were just arguing about different points. I think Ronaldo should have started. I agree with Roy Keane in the match, and he's come to play in these big games. He's done well so far. But Carragher's point was more about signing Ronaldo. It was a mistake, really, signing Ronaldo. He's come to win. If you're signing Ronaldo and you were in second place last year, you're not signing him for the future. You're signing him to make an impact now. And he said Manchester United only signed Ronaldo because they didn't want him going to Manchester City. So they were just arguing about different things a little bit. Roy Keane doesn't like Jamie Carragher being a little bit smug and talking about Manchester United because Liverpool are doing well. Jamie Carragher doesn't back down also and thinks he can talk to anybody and argue with anybody about football. So, yeah, it got heated. It was a heated debate.
Yeah, it was very nice. You guys should watch it. It's really nice. I like how both guys kind of go up in their pitch when they speak. It's like, it's almost singing like that.
Gary Neville does it a lot. He's from Manchester, but Scousers go up when you're arguing. Well, I think most accents do. Most people.
Most people do, but here it was just kind of funny because both of these guys are, they're like strong characters and they
back down. Yeah.
They project this masculinity or something. I don't know. It felt weird, like how when it got heated, how high they went in their pitch, and it made it even more interesting for me to watch this.
Yeah, I think English is more up and down than most languages, to be honest. I think
that is true. But but I think women, especially women, when they speak, they go really high up in the pitch. Like, see you later. Like that.
Yeah, I think even men, though, when you look at like Californian men and how up and down they are, and I like whenever like English learners speak English, it's noticeable for me that they are very flat. Even when Italians, for example, when Italians speak English, people think they talk like this and they go up and down, but they don't really. They are usually much flatter. And whereas in British people, for example, American people even men are much more up and down, but foreign men don't want to do that because it's not natural for them. They come across as being effeminate. So
no, I think I have learned to work with my pitch ever since I started learning English and became an English teacher and observed all the accents. I think I can work with my pitch.
But did you have to noticeably?
No, I've noticed it so much that it became an important part of my pronunciation, because obviously as someone who is an English teacher and you want to get as close to the native speaker model as possible, you have to work on your pronunciation of all its aspects, and it's the stress, obviously, it's the individual sounds, and it is the intonation as well.
Yes.
So
and it's unnatural. It's unnatural maybe for some people.
I'm not surprised. Nrup, I want to ask you about Ronaldo as well. So where do you stand on Ronaldo? Should he play or should he not play?
I think he should be a super sub because he always, super sub as in not like last 10 minutes or 5 minutes, but a good time, because you should see that United has lots of talents, and where is Rashford? Where is Sancho? They haven't been doing much, and you cannot depend on Lingard as well. So I think
Martial, all these players.
You can the name just goes on. So
yeah,
I think Ronaldo is such a player that he can put impact on any time of the game. So if you can even put him during the second half, give the young players some time, some opportunities. Otherwise, Ronaldo will just take everything, and yeah, these it's just bad for United. They pay for these young players and they do nothing.
Yeah. Okay, Paul. Do you think Ronaldo would accept the role of a super sub?
No, he would be off. You saw how angry what he was at the end of the match. He just walked past Carrick. He didn't shake anybody's hand. Yeah, he's not being a super sub for anybody, I think, and
I agree.
he needs to play, and I think he should play. To be honest, I think he should play. I think they should try to accommodate him in how they play.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that he should play.
They should play to his strengths, right?
I think just play. Like he's one of the world's best ever all-time players. So he needs to be on the pitch, and he will fit in. He's adapted to other people. He's playing slightly differently, I think, for Manchester United to how he was for Juventus. For Juventus, he was much more static, I felt. And then now he seems to be popping up in different areas. I think just let him play, I think.
Well, Carragher says that he doesn't really press. He hasn't pressed for the past 4 years or something, he says.
That's true. And that's true. He's not a pressing player, but he still should play. I think Carragher was just a bit smug that, like, you signed Ronaldo, you've signed Varane, and you're where are they in the league? 7th, maybe? And they don't look closer to winning the league.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know what Carragher's point was, really. I think Keane was saying Ronaldo should play. Carragher was understanding that they dropped him because, for this type of match, away from home against Chelsea, maybe you do want people to run around a bit more than Ronaldo for 60 minutes and then bring him on against a tiring Thiago Silva. But, that was the argument, wasn't it?
Yeah, so smug meaning like...
knowing
knowing that you have the truth, sort of pleased with yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
yeah,
being too clever a little bit. Yeah.
For Manchester United's goal, I also found this watching it live. So when Sancho was 1-on-1, well, Sancho and Rashford were running towards goal.
There was no defender even. There were just them two, right?
Yeah.
On the goal.
So, and you expected Sancho to pass.
Yeah.
I think in that situation, usually they pass because it's an easy finish for the strike for the other player. Yeah. But Sancho was ahead of but Rashford was ahead of Sancho.
Which would have been an offside, yeah.
I think Sancho wanted to pass. He wanted to pass, but Rashford was just running ahead of him all the way, and I'm watching it thinking, what's he doing? What
are you doing? Yeah. You have to stay behind, otherwise it's an offside.
Yeah, because I wanted him to score. I wanted Chelsea to have points. And then Sancho Sancho did well, I think, because he must have been thinking, help me out, drop back a little bit. And then he realized he had to take the shot himself.
Yeah.
That was interesting.
Okay. Nrup, is there anything else we should mention before I wrap this up?
I think that's it, pretty much.
There's one important thing that I have to do.
Mm-hmm.
This is Paul's YouTube channel.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone, so make sure you subscribe to it.
Mm-hmm. I haven't released a video for a couple of weeks, but I did English songs. In my last video, I explained English songs that you commonly hear in football matches, not the big anthems, the ones that you hear in lots of different football grounds. And I think I will do a part 2 for that as my next video.
Yeah, I think that's a really good video. You can learn a lot from it, because I'm sure some of you have been to Premier League matches and you were wondering like what on earth they are singing there about.
Mm-hmm.
So
these songs are common. You hear them in every stadium. It's part of language. British people know these songs. Yes, right.
Yeah,
all of them.
There is one that I'm gonna make a fool out of myself, but I'm gonna ask you anyway, since we have you here, Paul. there is one that goes like this: "Get on, mate. Get on, mate." Are they saying "get on, mate," or what is that? Get on, mate. Get on, mate. What is
That's
that?
but it's different fans, different. They say
Right.
different things, but it's usually something army, blue army.
I always hear
Red
"get on,
army.
mate. Get on, mate. Get
No,
on, mate." It's just so weird for me. Yeah.
Tuna
So
army. Usually Newcastle Tuna
Red
army.
Army. So Red Army, right? In Arsenal, it would be Red Army.
Yeah,
Right.
it's something army. Yeah.
Yeah.
Usually.
Barmy Army. Barmy Army.
Army is yeah.
Got it. Thanks for clarifying that for us.
Thank you. Nice.
Thank you for all your fantastic contribution.
Thank you too, Zenek. Always very professional.
Yeah.
The way you do this.
Thanks a lot. Well, it's a simple task having such fantastic guests, despite the fact that we disagreed on Rice.
Well, yeah, it's a controversial statement. Maybe that could be your tagline. Declan Rice is overrated. People would watch it.
that will come back to haunt you for sure.
Well, yeah, I think it already is. To be honest, I've been saying this for 6 months, but I'm sticking with it.
Oh, he's now scoring goals as well. So
he's now scored a few goals, and he's playing. He is playing well. He is playing well.
Yep.
Just think he's overrated. Yeah.
Okay. So Nrup, what about you? Just tell us what your plans are. Are you gonna watch any midweek matches?
Arsenal. I mean, if that counts as a midweek.
Yeah.
Thursday is kind of midweek. Yeah.
They are all
Overrated.
They are all on TV in the UK. They are all on Amazon Prime. It's not on Sky. It's not on BT. They are all on Amazon Prime. So I will be watching as many as I can.
Yeah, me too. I've even rescheduled an English class with my student now because of that. Don't tell anyone.
We live our lives around.
I said I couldn't make it. I'm sorry. I really couldn't make it. I wasn't giving any explanations though. Like it would be a bit weird. I just want to watch the football match, So
especially midweek, it's a dark night and things. It would be nice to watch a night match under the floodlights. Yes.
Yeah, let's hope it doesn't snow and matches don't get cancelled.
No, yeah. Well, it hasn't snowed today here, so hopefully it'll be okay. Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you very much for taking part in this English Learn English with Football show. I don't know whether we're gonna do another one this week. We will. I will think about it, but I will definitely be here with my guests on Monday. So
keep going, Zenek. It's good.
Take care, everyone.
Take care. Thank you.
I'm not gonna say good luck to Liverpool, but
no, I hope there's no injuries. I hope Pickford doesn't go crazy and start snapping people or any other Everton players. I'm sorry. Go on. Let's say goodbye. I'm already feeling the tension of this match.
A draw would be nice, Nrup. A draw would be nice in this Everton-Liverpool match.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Take care, everyone.
Bye-bye.
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 See you.
See ya.